We need to talk about Hailey Bieber, especially after her recent appearance on a podcast where she addressed some of the rumors swirling around her. As usual, Selena Gomez's name popped up in the conversation too. There's a new situation involving Hailey, Justin, Selena, and even Selena's brand, and it's sparked a lot of chatter online. The situation is complicated, and there's quite a bit to break down. Hailey sat down with Owen Thiele on his podcast In Your Dreams to talk about living in the spotlight and how she handles the endless online comments and scrutiny. During the chat, Owen asked about the idea of Nepo babies, referring to people who gain fame because of their family connections. He asked Hailey about being one herself and now raising a child who could also grow up in the public eye. She responded thoughtfully, saying she understands that these discussions are really about privilege and the advantages some people are born with. She explained that it's important to talk about this openly, especially with her child, so they can understand the world they're growing up in. She stressed that awareness is the most important thing, recognizing where you come from and acknowledging the opportunities you've had. Owen also asked if Hailey had always known she would be famous. She admitted that she didn't. Although Owen mentioned she seems like a natural at fame, Hailey laughed and admitted that she often feels completely awkward in the spotlight. She explained that it's strange to have people assume she's confident at something that still makes her uncomfortable. The conversation then shifted to motherhood. Hailey spoke about the criticism she faces online, with many people assuming she's never around her child. She said she has seen countless comments accusing her of prioritizing her career or appearance over her role as a mom. Justin has faced similar scrutiny, with people questioning how he can perform or stream music while having a baby at home. Hailey explained that privacy is a top priority for their family. The reason the public doesn't see their baby isn't because they aren't present, but because they want to protect his privacy. She emphasized that she has always wanted to be a mom and is actively involved in her son's life. At the same time, she openly acknowledged that she has full-time help, something she says there's no shame in. According to her, having support allows her to balance being a parent and running her career, and she feels grateful for that. She clarified that her baby is always with her, Justin, or another trusted family member, never with strangers. That network of support helps her get enough rest and still focus on her work. Owen then asked Hailey about the most absurd rumor she's ever read about herself. She laughed and said there have been plenty, but one that stands out is the claim that she became Justin's manager. She found it so ridiculous, yet people genuinely believed it last year. The rumor began after news broke that Justin had parted ways with Scooter Braun, his longtime manager. Fans speculated that Justin had ended their professional relationship because of personal or business disagreements, or because he wanted to keep decisions within the family. From there, people assumed Hailey had stepped in to manage him. Around the same time, there were stories about money disputes and contracts, which fueled even more speculation. Hailey dismissed the rumor as completely false and laughably unrealistic. She explained that she would never manage her husband's career because she already has her own business and responsibilities. Mixing their personal relationship with work would never make sense. She emphasized that Justin is her husband, not her client, and she would never want to blur those boundaries. Another rumor she addressed concerned her skincare brand, Rhode. Some people claimed she had wanted to use the Bieber name to make the brand more appealing and even tried to trademark Bieber Beauty before launching Rhode. Hailey clarified that this was never her intention. From the beginning, she wanted to call the brand Rhode, her middle name and her mother's middle name. It's a family name that connects her to her roots and represents her identity beyond being Justin's wife. For her, Rhode has personal meaning, and she wanted that authenticity to come through. Throughout the conversation, Hailey came across as calm and self-aware. She didn't pretend that rumors don't affect her, but she acknowledged how strange it is to have strangers constantly analyzing your life online. Whether it's being labeled a Nepo baby, being judged as a mother, or facing outrageous claims about her marriage and career, she has learned not to feel the need to prove herself to anyone. Hailey said she understands that being famous comes with constant scrutiny. No matter what she says or does, people will interpret it in their own way. Her focus now is on what truly matters: her family, her business, and her own peace of mind. She doesn't want to spend her life defending herself against gossip or rumors. That said, she admitted that these conversations can be exhausting. Every time she or Justin speaks publicly, things are often misinterpreted or blown out of context. With Selena's name frequently linked to theirs online, the drama rarely dies down. But in this interview, Hailey seemed more grounded. She appears to be learning to live with the chaos rather than letting it define her. This part of the podcast offered fans a glimpse of Hailey's personality. Someone who isn't perfect, openly admits she struggles with fame and is doing her best to live authentically despite the noise. She was candid about the challenges of being a public figure, a wife, and a new mother all at once. While critics will always find something to say, she seems genuinely focused on creating balance in her life. Even though rumors and online comparisons continue to circulate, Hailey made it clear that she is aware of them but chooses not to let them control her. She seems determined to focus on what really matters, rather than getting caught up in gossip or negativity. Her approach shows a level of maturity and self-awareness that many fans may not have expected, and it paints a picture of someone striving to maintain a sense of normalcy in a very public life. By the end of this discussion, it's evident that Hailey is learning to navigate fame, criticism, and motherhood without letting outside opinions dictate her actions. She is aware of the stories and judgments thrown her way, but she prioritizes her family, her business, and her own well-being over the noise. Fans got to see a side of her that is thoughtful, grounded, and determined to live her life on her own terms. In short, Hailey may be surrounded by rumors and comparisons, but she's focused on keeping her life private where it matters, raising her child with care, and continuing her work on her own terms. She seems to have reached a point where she can acknowledge the gossip without letting it interfere with her daily life, and that balance seems to be giving her a sense of peace and control she's been seeking for a long time. Hailey Bieber didn't just open up about motherhood and fame during her interview, she also addressed some of the cruel comments people make online. One topic that came up was the claim that she looks trans. She said she finds the idea completely absurd and doesn't take it as an insult at all. Hailey explained that it's strange how some people treat calling someone trans as something negative. In reality, she pointed out, some of the most beautiful people in the world are trans men and women. Comments like that don't bother her because she doesn't see being trans as a bad thing. While talking with Owen, they laughed about how random and ridiculous some of the things people say online can be. At one point, a drone even flew over Owen's apartment because paparazzi had spotted Hailey there. She couldn't believe it and wondered what they thought they were going to catch, her sneaking around or meeting some secret lover. She laughed at the absurdity, calling the situation over the top and completely unnecessary. Owen joked that at least he might end up in a magazine because of it, but Hailey just rolled her eyes at the ridiculousness of the whole scenario. Hailey also shared a story about a frightening encounter with a paparazzo while she was driving. She said one photographer tried to snap photos of her by driving dangerously close and even aimed the camera through his rearview mirror. Furious, she pulled her car over and yelled at him for putting her life in danger. At the time, she was on the phone with Owen, who later said he could feel how angry she was. Hailey admitted that she saw red, and she added that if her baby had been in the car, her reaction would have been even more intense. That moment felt particularly genuine during the interview. It wasn't rehearsed or polished, it was just Hailey sharing a real, frightening experience. Most celebrities carefully weigh their words in interviews, especially on sensitive topics like fame, safety, or family. But here, Hailey sounded completely unfiltered. She even laughed afterward and apologized for losing her temper, showing both her human side and the stress of constantly being under scrutiny. Once that portion of the interview wrapped up, the conversation online quickly shifted, as it always seems to do, to Selena Gomez. Somehow, her name continues to get linked to the Biebers, this time because of her brand, Rare Beauty. It started when a TikTok user posted a video with the caption, "POV, making Justin Bieber mad with my Rare Beauty gloss." The clip quickly caught attention, and shortly after, screenshots circulated online showing that the official Rare Beauty account allegedly responded with heart eye emojis. This made the rumor difficult to ignore. Fans began debating whether the comment was real or had been edited to stir drama. Some suggested someone from Selena's team had posted it intentionally, while others guessed it could have been a mistake. Maybe the person running the brand page meant to use their personal account. Either way, the timing was awkward because the video clearly referenced Justin, so any engagement from Rare Beauty appeared intentional. The original video was soon removed, but not before screenshots and screen recordings had spread online. Comment sections were filled with confusion and criticism. Fans wondered why anyone from Selena's brand would interact with content mentioning Justin, especially given the history between Selena, Justin, and Hailey. Many thought it looked messy and unnecessary. Some viewers speculated that it might have been a marketing tactic to generate buzz around Rare Beauty, particularly since Selena had just released a new music video. Others argued that made little sense, as Rare Beauty is already a major brand and doesn't need controversy to gain attention. In the end, it was impossible to know whether it was intentional or simply a mistake. As expected, the internet reacted strongly. Some accused Selena and her team of being shady, while others defended her, saying it wasn't her fault. The situation reignited the never-ending Team Selena versus Team Hailey debate. One week, fans side with Selena and call Hailey obsessed. The next week, the roles flip, with Hailey gaining sympathy while Selena is accused of stirring drama. The cycle never seems to end. Many hoped that after Hailey and Justin welcomed their baby, and after Selena married Benny Blanco, the tension would finally settle. But clearly, it hasn't. Years after Selena and Justin's relationship ended, the internet still struggles to separate their names. Every small move one of them makes somehow sparks speculation about the other. Hailey's interviews showed that she's trying to focus on her family, her business, and her life away from the drama. But no matter how much she tries, the public continues to bring up old connections and comparisons to Selena. Meanwhile, Selena's team deals with constant scrutiny, as fans interpret every small action as a message aimed at the Biebers. It seems as if their names are permanently linked in pop culture, even though their lives have moved in different directions. Hailey is now a wife and mother running her skincare brand, while Selena is growing her beauty empire and focusing on her music. Yet, the internet keeps tying them together, turning the smallest rumor or accidental post into a heated debate. As the video concluded, the creator reminded viewers that this cycle of online arguments never really ends. One week, Hailey is criticized. The next, it's Selena. Despite both women having successful careers and families, their fan bases keep the rivalry alive through endless comments, theories, and unnecessary drama. No matter how often people claim they're over it, some new incident inevitably brings their names back into the spotlight. This latest Rare Beauty comment was just another example of how a tiny online action can spiral into a full-blown controversy. So, the latest update includes Hailey's honest podcast discussion, her take on online hate, her frightening paparazzi encounter, and the newest round of rumors surrounding Selena's brand. The video ended with the host thanking viewers and asking for their opinions, leaving a hopeful note that maybe one day, the internet will finally allow these two women to just live their lives in peace.